Cardano on the monthly, it couldn't, right now, it could not look any better. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. And the same goes for XRP. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. It just could not look any better on these monthly charts for these two altcoins. And yes, crypto's red right now. I'm just waiting for the Bitcoin bears to come out, start calling for the $10,000 Bitcoin once again. I haven't seen it yet, but tomorrow's a new day and who knows what's going to happen. But this is a Cardano video, an XRP video. I want to dive into the monthly charts. Here's XRP on the daily. I want to talk about the news that kind of actually broke and then unbroke today on the XRP charts. But targets for XRP, targets for Cardano ADA on these daily charts. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, and let's just jump right into the video, everybody. I want to start on ADA, and then we'll pivot to XRP. But ADA on the monthly, it doesn't get any more beautiful in terms of, if you look at where we were this time last cycle, ADA is actually kind of outperforming itself. A little bit of a move earlier than last, right? Approaching this 20-month moving average right here post this red box. And we're already kind of just hovering at this 20-month moving average right at the end of this red box. So we've already identified that, but that's not what I want to talk about on this Cardano monthly chart. What I want to talk about is this indicator. It hasn't triggered yet, but I'm actually really looking forward to this indicator triggering. It's the MACD line crossing above the signal line. Now, if you look at a Cardano chart, we haven't had, Cardano's pretty new. We haven't had, especially in the last cycle, obviously, enough data to have something like this, right? This MACD setup. And right now, what we're seeing illustrated on this momentum oscillator is a bear market. And we see the bear market here, and you can see it exiting the bear market here. This is what it looks like on a MACD. This is what it'll look like on most cryptos. What I also want to mention is there's going to be bears out there that are like, Dan's way too bullish, just caught in that bubble of thought about the economy, right? There's a lot of unknowns in terms of the economy, in terms of recession narratives and all of this. But we know, according to data, the year before recession, right, is usually the worst for markets. Markets are not the economy. They're two different things. And we've been talking about that all year long. And in that regard, we're looking at January 2022 to January 2023 likely being the worst of it for markets. And the timing of this could not be any more perfect because we're right in between the Bitcoin halvings. And just from a cycle perspective, this is when bear markets happen anyway. So the economy and things that are actually happening, the timing of it, so good. And with that said, we're about to have, this is historic, this indicator, there's 17 days left, almost exactly 17 days left on this ADA monthly chart before the monthly close. I'm just so curious to see what happens in the next 17 days. The next couple of weeks might not be so bullish, and we're going to talk about that on the shorter term, but if we can manage to get actually a green month and we can actually see this MACD cross this signal line, this is going to be a historic moment for ADA and just so evident of the bull shift that is happening right now. That's the pivot from the bear to the bull. It is almost, and we've anticipated this entire thing happening. We anticipated it all through this bear market, been doing videos almost every day in terms of crypto. This move, we've anticipated. It's the bottoming out. We call it the shift, the pivot of bear to bull, because it's exactly what we saw in the last cycle. And it's not because I have any special insane ability to predict something. It's purely data. And I've been doing this on the YouTube channel for almost 6 years, and how consistent this data continues to be is insane to me. And we're watching it play out with ADA right now on the monthly chart. But it is on this monthly chart. It is absolutely this MACD I'm very curious of. And just look at the bottoming out on the RSI, slower moving momentum oscillator happening at the same time. So clear shift happening, and then we get caught up in kind of watching the shorter term. So here's where we are in the shorter term. Again, ADA making a little bit of a move, a bullish move earlier. You can see in this red box to the upside across these moving averages earlier than last time. It happened post that red box, right? Before the halving, but post the red box. We're getting that nice move right now. And that's a show of, I think, strength for Cardano. It's a show of the bulls just getting ready to rage. They're getting ready to break. And we're not quite there yet in terms of cycles. I'm telling you, this Bitcoin halving is such a key timeline point to pay attention to on these charts. So oftentimes leading into the halving, there's going to be volatility, but the bulls are getting ready and they're ramping up. And I think a lot of it has to do with the bullishness of Cardano right now. Cardano DeFi coming online, total value locked for its first time, just skyrocketing. We're going to have the first DeFi bull cycle for ADA it's going to be explosive. And besides that, we do have institutional narratives as well. Grayscale, their non-Ethereum smart contract fund in play. That narrative is going to be floating around as well. So a lot of bullishness here in play. But what we analyzed yesterday is the fact that we're hitting this upper trend line, this new swing high resistance. We have this falling, broadening channel, and we have downside to the 20-week potentially in play around 28 cents. The 50-week in the blue line around 32 cents. We go to the daily, we get a really nice sense of what it looks like. So we're looking at the Fibonacci swing low to swing high resistance. And we have this green box down here. It's around 30 cents at the 618 to around 27 cents at the 786. It is so nicely confluent with these moving averages here that we just talked about on the weekly, right? And if we go back to the daily, we've already anticipated that this is likely not the targets being hit, but the consolidation that's happening right now. Maybe it doesn't go any lower, but there's a very strong case it will. But just the simple consolidation happening right now in the daily, it was just so likely, right? This is not a surprise. We talked about in yesterday's video, we've had this higher high, bullish momentum on price, but we've had what? Falling momentum at the same time in terms of the RSI, the momentum oscillator, right? So falling here, but rising on price. It's bearish divergence. And right now we're seeing exactly what we've anticipated. The RSI falling out of overbought, which is good. I think this is necessary. I'm happy it's happening. This was historically at like bull market territories, the RSI. That's crazy. It's good that it's cooling off, and it very well could fall lower, right? So keep an eye on that. But what does lower look like? It looks like these areas of support that I'm watching for ADA. It's going to be interesting as we go into tomorrow. I think CPI data coming out like 8:30 a.m. Eastern or something like that. Will be interesting to see how crypto reacts to that. Maybe ADA and crypto is falling. Maybe ADA tests the 20, falls below the 20. We're falling below 33. And then we're testing key support areas. A 200-day, right around 30 cents, confluent with the upper end of the Fibonacci around 30 cents. The 50-day is right in there, 28 cents. And the bottom of the Fibonacci is around 27 cents. Maybe crypto's falling based off of some type of negative headlines regarding CPI, or maybe it bounces right off the 20 and we start going up if markets are bullish, right? So this is something that we're going to track going into tomorrow. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about in relation to ADA is how good it looks on the monthly. The momentum shift, the bear market ending is just so well illustrated on the MACD. And then on the daily, I wanted to talk about downside, what it looks like. It's happening now, right? So why not talk about it briefly? There's the targets. That's what we're looking at. And we're going to keep an eye out. If crypto somehow just continue higher, we get a quick little bounce off the 20. We're moving higher. It's this upper trend line now that I'm watching in terms of ADA, because remember, target to the upside, 70 plus cents. And it's going to be a very, very enjoyable thing to watch. If we do break that trend line, I also want to just note 45 cents is that first target out of that trend line. And that is this falling wedge that we've already been tracking. It's the target finally being hit potentially. We get the break out of that falling wedge right back here, get a nice little pullback, which is normal to key moving averages, maybe higher low Fibonacci, continue to 45-cent target. This would be just such a nice picture from a technical analysis perspective if that's how it plays out. Let's go pivot to XRP. Something's happening there. I don't know if you all saw earlier, just in, BlackRock has officially filed for a new iShares XRP trust. No, it didn't happen. I'm just going to say that right before you leave the screen or leave the video and go buy XRP or 100x long XRP. It didn't happen. This was just, it was news and then it wasn't very quickly. Eric over here from Bloomberg says this is false, confirmed by BlackRock by me. Some wacko must have added using BlackRock executive name, etc. Come on, man. Seriously. That had XRP price moving a little bit. And you can see on the daily chart, look at that wick right there. XRP moving up and then crashing right back down. And you see this strong consolidation on the daily we're going to talk about in a minute. But there's some substantial things happening with XRP before we talk about the charts, especially as it relates to the macro, the cycles of crypto, the cycles of XRP, post-Bitcoin halving. July in particular right here, market down. Jeremy Hogan just tweeting final briefs in April means a final judgment in July. But more importantly, look at the case heading. The only defendant is Ripple. The defense has whittled the case down to only 20% of what it used to be. How much of it will be left in July? In my view, everybody, Ripple has absolutely just, they've won. They've won so big in terms of what has transpired over the years versus the SEC. Jeremy says that's why you hire top lawyers, and this is because Judge Torres has set the schedule regarding remedies, discovery and briefing. This whole thing is going to soon be in the past as it relates to XRP holders. The leash is coming off, everybody, and I say that because in the last bull market right here for XRP, there was a leash. They were in this fight against the SEC. The very fact that XRP going into this next bull, and here's July, it's going to be over, this next bull market, the leash is removed. This is insanely bullish for XRP. It's insanely bullish for XRP holders, and it is going to be fun to watch XRP fly because I really think it's going to fly. I think this whole fake news that happened today is so believable because XRP is well positioned for something like this. Likely, probably going to happen eventually, right? So it was believed because it just seems so believable. Now, XRP, in terms of the monthly chart, I just want to say something. You're looking at the last bear market low back here. You're looking at a higher low on this monthly chart as Ripple is winning against SEC. XRP is one of the most clearly, there's the most clarity on XRP versus most cryptos besides Bitcoin, and we're getting ready to go into this bull market. So it is extremely well positioned. I want to go over to XRP on the daily just because it's like anything else, everybody. Retracement. And the same goes in relation to XRP price versus ADA price. We have a swing low back here to the swing high. It's this Fibonacci down here. We're looking at right around, 618, 57 cents, 786, 53 cents. That's what's in play for XRP to the downside. It's holding up very nicely, though, in terms of consolidation. It doesn't look like it immediately wants to actually just fall to that area. We might see some just sideways trading right into the 20. XRP might outperform some altcoins in terms of maybe altcoins are falling to their higher low Fibonacci's, but XRP might consolidate sideways into the 20-day. It's kind of just what it's looking like right now for me, but it can very well break down and start testing these key moving averages. The 20-day, the 200-day, the 20-day right here is right around 62 cents. Here's the 50-day in blue, the 200-day in red. But that 20-day support is what I'm looking at first. It's around 62 cents. If crypto is going to be continuing to fall in the short term overnight, that's what I'll be watching for XRP. But same thing with ADA and XRP. It's cooling down. Check this out in XRP. I mean, this needed to happen. It was extremely overbought. And you can zoom out on a chart, any chart that's doing this, and you can see how overbought it is. It needs to chill out. So whether or not we fall all the way to oversold, that's left up for interpretation. Always want to anticipate things like that, but we're getting this MACD crossing on the signal line to the downside. Not the most bullish thing, but again, it's such a short-term thing. We're just getting some consolidation. You can see something similar happen right here, and it was just sideways for XRP before continuing to the next leg up. So it's nothing drastic, right? We're just getting some consolidation. This curved trend line I really like on XRP. It's just really nice structure in terms of higher highs, higher lows for XRP. Revisiting that trend line as we're waiting for the halving over here at the end of this red box to come into play. Not a bad thing, everybody. It's just giving us all time to prepare and to figure out what we're going to do with our portfolios. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. I appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, turn the notifications on. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.